Bleak Expectations by Mark Evans. Chapter the 5th, A Young Love Mercilessly Dismembered.
I am uncommonly well today, Servwell. Not even that dash journalist Sarkwill can dent my mood today. Servwell, did I just hear my daughter giggling?
Yes, sir.
If a well-bred woman in late 19th century Britain is giggling, the government is not doing its job properly.
I believe Mr. Sarkwill is making her giggle, sir.
Sarkwill? It is at times like these I am glad the medical concept of blood pressure has not been invented.
Only because he misheard. In order to keep his hands warm, he ended up wearing a pair of kittens.
Oh, Mr. Sarkwill, you are so amusing.
Sarkwill!
Sir?
You dare to make my daughter giggle?
Well,
Father, do not be unreasonable.
Lily, I would rather you ran round the streets naked, shouting, touch me, than be made to giggle by a strange man.
Mr. Sarkwill is not a strange man.
He is a journalist, and there's nothing stranger than that.
well, what about a horse with the face of the Pope?
Oh, yes, that would be strange.
Get out, Lily.
Yes, Father.
And now we shall begin.
Yes, as soon as I have set up Mr. Brunel's visionary invention, the steam-powered typewriter.
What?
This is Mr. Shovelgood, the engineer.
The pistons.
Fire her up, Mr. Shovelgood.
Right, or in your crankshaft.
And now, to type a letter, I simply dictate it to Mr. Shovelgood, and he hits the relevant key with a 25-pound sledgehammer. Begin.
As soon as I had...
A.
A.
S.
S.
Space.
Space.
Oh, the David Orbiter knackered.
Oh, not again! We shall summon Mr. Brunel and be underway again in less than a week. You don't mind waiting, do you, Sir Philip?
You will hear it now, or not at all.
Then now it is.
Having escaped from the evil Admiral Hardthrasher's ship, I found myself adrift in the English Channel. Worse, at that time, swimming had not yet been invented. It wasn't until 1857 that Dr. Swim made the scientific breakthrough, which allowed a man to move through water without the aid of a sail or a well-trained fish. And then I heard a familiar voice.
Grab this rope, Pip! Climb on board!
Aunt Lily!
The last time I had seen her, she was being dragged down a river by a vicious pack of underwater squirrels.
I thought you were dead.
I escaped the squirrels, but was knocked unconscious and swept out to sea. I floated for weeks, but used my time constructively to train this fish.
This is not a raft.
No, it's a tuna. And it shall take us back to land. Go on, boy, giddy up!
I had no idea they sounded so much like horses.
As the noble tuna bore us landwards, I told her how my evil guardian, Mr. Gently Benevolent, was trying to destroy me.
I look forward to reacquainting myself with him and doing a good bit of thwarting. Here we are, the port of Snurtwich.
I gratefully disembarked, and my aunt was about to follow when a terrible furry throng leapt from the water.
Oh, these damn squirrels! They're so vengeful, so persistent.
No, Aunt Lily!
The squirrels are taking me, Pip. Go to London. Thwart Mr. Benevolent. Don't worry about me. They've basically bitten my arm off, but I'll be fine. Regards to the family. Bye.
My newfound optimism ebbed like a sad tide, but I girded myself, left the docks, and bought a seat on the next coach to London. It was an uncomfortable trip. 2 of the horses had a limp and one of the coach wheels was square. But eventually we arrived. Then, as I stepped out of the coach, I saw an incredible sight. For across the road was a young woman of such astounding beauty, my entire body instantly stopped working. I collapsed into a heap, smiling and dribbling.
Excuse me, sir.
What is it, smiling, dribbling stranger in a heap?
Who is that glorious woman?
Why, the whole of London knows her. She is Miss Flora Dies-Early. And I am not following her, nor is this telescope for spying on her from afar, and nor is this notebook full of every little detail of her life and various lewd, if imaginative, sketches. How dare you accuse me of such behaviour? Good day, sir.
Now I had the name that was to live in my heart.
Flora Dies-Early. Flora Dies-Early. Flora... Ow!
Sorry, old chap. Didn't see you down there.
Harry! Harry Biscuit! Is that you?
Pip Bin! It is you! What a joy!
Dear Harry, how glad I am to see you.
Not as glad as I am to see you, Pip, old chum.
Well, I am very glad to see you.
Then I am a lot very glad to see you much.
Come, help me up and let us return home. I'm in love, you know. Have you ever been in love?
No, but I have been in Hove. Is that similar?
Roughly, but love has no peer or old people.
Together, we entered the house, but then I heard a voice which made my blood run cold.
So, young Pippa, your brother is nowhere to be found.
It was my evil guardian, Mr. Gently Benevolent.
No young woman should be left alone. All sorts of fiendish and saucy things could happen.
Mr. Benevolent.
Just one kiss. Or maybe I could touch you, or on your foot, or your ankle, or on your calf.
Leave that calf alone.
One day, Pippa Bin, I shall marry you, take your family name and money, then divest you of your virtue and discard you like a bad book or a used hen.
Enough of your malicious and seductive verbiage.
Oh, look, it's Pip Bin, inventor of the bin and richest man in Britain. Oh, hooray, clap, clap.
Get out of my house.
No.
Then it is stalemate. Damn.
Get away from her, you fiend! Or I'll go away, buy a badger, spend several months training it to attack you, and then return and let it do exactly that.
No. How did you know about my badger phobia?
Ooh, lucky guess.
The mere threat of that appallingly stripy mammal is enough to drive me away. But I shall return, and Pippa shall be mine. Incidentally, Pip Bin, you smell of fish.
I have been riding on a tuna.
That would explain that. Good day.
Brother Pip, Harry, thank you.
Dear sister, what a horrible experience.
Indeed. Although...
There can be no although. Mr. Benevolent clearly has designs on you, and not noble designs, such as designs for a cathedral or a lovely dress, but vile, lascivious designs that would leave you tainted and soiled.
Ooh, crikey.
No! You must go abroad. You will be safe there.
Oh, she must have a chaperone, someone of noble temperament and faithful demeanour, someone brave and strong.
Of course, Mr. Parsimonious.
Actually, I meant... Oh, never mind. I'm back.
Mr. Parsimonious, how coincidentally convenient.
I immediately instructed him in his new task.
We shall depart at once, and discretion and caution shall be my watchword. You, boy!
Yes, sir?
Fetch a coach to take me and Miss Pippa Bin to the docks for a ship to Calais, thence to Paris. And on no account tell a Mr. Gently Benevolent of number 1 Brutal Street. He will probably give you at least £10 for the information, and he mustn't have it.
Coachman Hay!
Good lad.
Take me to number 1 Brutal Street and the residence of Mr. Gently Benevolent. He will probably give me at least £10 for some information which he mustn't have.
Oh. Well, I'm sure that won't have any repercussions whatsoever. You, another boy!
Eventually, Pippa and Mr. Parsimonious were safely on their way.
So, she is gone.
I shan't miss her, you know. I shan't miss her sweet nature, beautiful face, and angelic presence.
Are you all right?
Yes! I just remembered a sad story someone told me about a sad child and a dead dog. Oh, Pippa! The dog was called Pippa.
Harry!
No, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I think I might go and join the army. To forget stuff. Bye.
Left all alone, it seemed the perfect time to go in search of Miss Flora Dies-Early. I headed for Hyde Park, where the young ladies of the day habitually gathered to indulge in the latest fashions, such as shoes with bells on them, hats with chimes on them, and purses with foghorns on them. And there was Flora, radiant and beautiful. Love made me nervous as I approached her.
Please forgive my boldness, but...
However, before I could finish, I was brutally rugby-tackled out of the way by a colossal, black-clad figure.
How dare you talk to my charge? How dare you even look at her?
I beg your pardon, sir.
Sir? Sir, indeed. Is it not obvious that I am a woman?
Well...
Because I am. I am Miss Dies-Early's governess, Miss Chastity Hardthrasher.
I could hardly believe it. The Hardthrasher brothers had a sister. She would be a formidable obstacle indeed. But love drove me on.
Very well. Miss Hardthrasher, may I walk and talk with your charge?
Of course not. She is no slattern. If you wish to woo Miss Dies-Early, you may apply in writing for a tea appointment.
I rushed home and did as she suggested, and by return of post, received an invitation to tea later that week. Finally, the glorious day for tea arrived.
Good afternoon, Miss Hardthrasher.
Mr. Bin?
May I ask when Flora is to join us?
She is not.
But I thought we were to have tea together.
And so you shall. But in the same room? Never! She is no slut, strumpet, or trollop.
Of course not.
Miss Dies-Early is in another room.
Next door?
In Scotland. If today goes well, you may soon have tea in the same country, then the same town, and eventually in the same house. But not in the same room until you are married. After all, she's no over-made-up schoolgirl panting for the touch of the sixth-form Casanova.
And so I started to woo my love. It was a long process, but in the meantime I had letters from my sister to look forward to.
Dearest brother, all is not well. Mr Benevolent has followed us, and as I write this, he is hammering at our very door. Oh, Pip, he is through and is advancing across the room towards me almost faster than I can write this to you. I must stop now and call Mr Parsimonious for help. Hope you are well. Love, Pippa.
Then the letter continued in a different hand.
Dear Pip, just writing to reassure you that I have entered the room. Seen Mr Benevolent advancing on your sister, and as soon as these brief lines are finished, I shall stop him. All good wishes, Mr Parsimonious.
But the reassurance was short-lived, as the letter continued in a cruel, spidery hand.
Dear Pip, that old fool has put down the pen, so it is mine now, mine. And your sister will be too, ha ha ha, ha ha.
I've got the pen back, and I am proud.
Mine again.
I have found a spare pen. Help us, Pip, help us.
Just a quick line to let you know that I'm about to tell Pippa to put that other pen down, or I shall kill Parsimonious.
Just to let you know I'm going to do that, then.
She's done that, and I've said good. I have them now, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yours sincerely, Gently Benevolent, Esquire. Kiss, kiss, crossed out.
I was concerned, but also in love. And love triumphs over concern every time. And I was about to meet Flora face to face.
Mr. Bin, you have done as I asked and taken a cold bath?
I have.
Good. I shall make final preparations. There. I have built a fence around you. I shall fetch Miss Dies-Early.
The prospect of seeing Flora made me feel quite strange. As the door opened, I could hear my heart pounding like a drum. And as she stepped into the room, it was as if the air was filled with beautiful choral music. And there she was, with a choir and a drummer.
All right. musicians leave.
So, does the day find you well, Miss Dies-Early?
How dare you address her directly? All conversation must go via me.
I see. Would you ask Miss Dies-Early if the day finds her well?
Mr. Bin would like to know if the day finds you well. Miss Dies-Early replies,
Please pass on my compliments to Miss Dies-Early on her dress.
no. That is enough for today. After all, she's no student nurse on a hen night. Goodbye, Mr. Bin.
I felt it had gone well, and my spirits rose further on receipt of another letter from Pippa.
Dearest Pip, Mr. Benevolent still has us captive, but I am managing to write this secretly. Hold on, Mr. Parsimonious wants to write something.
Dear Pip, ow, ow, ow. I fear Mr. Benevolent has discovered our secret letter writing and has twisted my ear with some tongs.
Dear Pip, what's this? A secret letter? Pathetic. Oh, better dash as a mysterious figure is leaping through the window.
Dear Pip, have just dramatically smashed through the window, wrestled Mr. Benevolent to the floor, and rescued Pippa and Mr. Parsimonious. The weather continues fine for the time of year. Lots of love, Aunt Lily.
Meanwhile, my relationship with Flora became more intimate. But eventually, there came a day where our relationship took a turn for the physical.
Miss Dies-Early would like you to touch her shoe.
Of course.
Not while she wears it. She's no Geordie lass with 5 pints of snake bite down her.
My apologies.
She will remove it. You will touch it. I will disinfect it of lust. And now she will put it back on again.
Oh, I'm quite overcome with passion. Oh.
Miss Dies-Early has fainted.
Yes, I can see that.
Now, after such intimacy, you must marry her.
Oh, joy!
For she's no naked Italian floozy, shouting 50 lira a touch, 100 to go all the way.
Of course not.
So I asked Flora's father for his daughter's hand. He was an important man, holding the post of Secretary of State for bribery and corruption.
So, you wish to marry my daughter, eh?
Yes, sir.
And you believe that simply because you are the richest young man in Britain, you can wander in here, flush your money in my face, and waltz off with Flora?
No, sir, of course not.
No. Still, it might be worth a try, don't you think? £10,000, cheque payable to me, Lord Backhander.
Harry returned from the army to be my best man.
How's the army, Harry Biscuit?
Awful, Pip-Bin. It turns out I'm allergic to the colour red. Which is bad, what with the uniforms, and the blood, and the rations mostly being tomato soup. By the way, is Pippa back yet?
No.
Oh, sorry, it's nothing. A bit of dust in my brain. Still, you're getting married to someone you love, so I suppose it's all fine.
Flora's father refused to attend the wedding unless somebody made it worth his while. So, in his absence, Miss Hardthrasher gave her away.
Do you, Pip, put that in the bin? Take this woman to be your wife?
I do.
He does.
And do you, Flora Moribund Dies-Early, take this man to be your husband?
I do.
She does.
I now declare you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Excellent.
Where do you think you're going?
To kiss my wife.
Through me.
Oh. All right.
And now I shall pass it on to Miss Dies-Early.
Oh, I feel quite giddy.
Hurrah for Pip and Flora, who has fainted.
After the wedding, we sent her beloved governess on a disapproving tour of Spanish bordellos.
You painted Iberian courtesans.
While Flora and I finally had time to ourselves.
How glorious this day is.
Oh, look at the clouds. I do so like clouds.
I too like them.
Like what?
Clouds.
What a silly thing to say. Who could possibly like clouds?
We should get a kitten, Pipsy Wipsy. 2 kittens. No, 3. Or better still, 17.
An excellent idea. We shall get them this very day.
Get what, Pippington Pipple?
Kittens.
Oh, now I cannot stand kittens.
Dear Flora.
Oh, do not be vexed with me, my Pip's a poodle pansy, do not. Am I not pretty?
Of course.
Then forgive me, Pipsarama Pipply Poo.
I do, and let me kiss your pretty face.
Oh, giddy again. Oh.
At first, I took her constant swooning to be simple girlish delight, but soon it became more than that. Any excitement seemed to cause another turn.
I am home, dearest.
Pipworthy! Oh, my Pipworthy Pipsington! Oh, blimey!
It happened with greater and greater frequency, and for smaller and smaller reasons.
Here we are, in that very crowded shop you like, which sells small glass ornaments.
Yes. Oh, cripes! Here we go!
Soon, Flora was virtually bedridden, and I called in the best physician in the country, Dr. Anthony Cure-Some by Chance.
I trained in Edinburgh, where I learned absolutely everything about medicine in this day and age.
A long process, I imagine.
It's a week. Now, shall I examine your wife?
He did so, but the news was not good.
I'm afraid your wife is suffering from what we doctors call non-specific weakness.
Is it serious?
It is potentially fatal. But do not worry, Mr. Bin. I shall save your wife. Terms and conditions apply. The health of your wife may go down as well as up.
Alas, there was little he could do. These days, she would have been treated with ether, opium, or possibly cocaine. But such medical marvels were beyond all knowledge back then.
I have tried everything.
Everything?
Yes, tinctures, linctuses, lotions, emollients, and creams. Having a good hard think about it. Crossing my fingers and hoping it goes away. Crossing her fingers and hoping it goes away. Crossing the road and just going away. And, of course, beef.
Is there nothing more to be done?
Certain companies are working on experimental procedures, but they will be expensive.
Oh, expense matters not. I must save her.
Well, I have heard tell of a remarkable invention known as pills and tablets.
Pills and tablets? Then we must fetch it at once.
The pills and tablets cost me a small fortune. Luckily, I had a large fortune, but in truth, I would have paid anything to cure my beloved Flora.
I shall now administer the pills and tablets.
If she is to have them, I must test them first.
Miss Hardthrasher had heard of Flora's illness and returned from casting moral aspersions on Spanish prostitutes to be her constant helper. She swallowed 2 pills and tablets, and we awaited the outcome.
I feel splendid, absolutely splendid. These will cure her, I have no doubt of it. Oh dear, I think I'm going to die.
It probably wasn't the pills and tablets. Maybe a snake bit her.
No, it is too big a risk. She shall not take them.
No. Pippy Whippy Ping Pong Poo. I must try them.
It is not wise.
But I am not wise. I'm pretty.
And you are so pretty, my dear.
Let me take the pills and tablets.
Reluctantly, I acquiesced, and she took them with a glass of medical gin.
Oh.
What is it, dearest?
I cannot see.
No, she is blind.
I cannot hear.
She is deaf.
And I cannot speak.
Surely that's not right.
Or maybe I can speak but cannot hear it because I cannot hear.
Yes, my love, that is it.
The weakness is taking her, Mr. Ben.
No.
Oh, I can see heaven. And it is filled with spaniels. And with chocolate. And it's a lovely sunny day. And the sun is melting the chocolate. And what with all the spaniels, there's dog hair in it. In fact, that hairy chocolate doesn't look very tasty. But it is heaven. And so I leave you. Goodbye. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, adieu. 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 To you. And you, and you.
And with that, my beloved wife died.
No!
Or so we thought.
Oh, Actually, I feel fantastic. Anyone fancy an arm wrestle?
Dearest, you are alive!
Oh, false alarm, I'm afraid. Bye, everyone.
This time, she really was gone for good.
No!
Or so we thought. And alas, this time we were right.
Mr. Ben.
Get out! Get out, damn you! Why? Why did you leave me?
You told me to go.
Not you!
My grief was great indeed. All colour drained from my life. Everything was black. I had my house painted black, I wore only black, I ate only black.
Here you are, Pip Bin. Some lovely coal soup with a nice slice of charcoal pie and a really, really, really off banana.
And then one morning, the visitor entered who made my mood worse than black. Mr. Gently Benevolent.
Pip Bin. I heard your wife would rather die than live with you.
You come to mock my anguish.
I find your pain nourishing. But no, I have merely come to boast about how my company, Benevolent Pharmaceuticals, has made a small fortune from its new products, pills and tablets.
You are responsible for the medicine that killed my wife.
Yes. Oh, and this might interest you. A court claim which says your invention of the bin was intellectual theft.
From whom?
An American gentleman by the name of Harlan J. Trashcan. You're going to be ruined, and when you're ruined, I'm going to laugh. And then take your sister and make her mine.
No.
Yes.
Never.
Soon. I'll see you in court, Pip Bin.
Was this how it was to end? With nothing but humiliation in the courts, a dead wife, and a dishonoured sister to show for a life of so much promise.
That's awful. I can't bear it. Did your wife recover?
She was dead.
Oh, yes, of course.
That's enough for this week. But return next week, and you shall hear what happened in court, how Mr. Benevolent tried to destroy me, who lived and who died, and how this whole sorry tale concludes.
Bleak Expectations was written by Mark Evans and starred Richard Johnson as Sir Philip Bin, Tom Allen as young Pip, Anthony Head as Mr. Benevolent, Celia Imrie as Aunt Lily, Lawrence Howarth as Mr. Parsimonious, Geoffrey Whitehead as Chastity Hardthrasher, Susie Kane as Pippa, Sarah Hadland as Lily, James Barkman as Harry Biscuit, Martha Howe Douglas as Flora, Mark Perry as Flora's father, and Mark Evans as Dr. Cure Some by Chance. It was produced by Gareth Edwards. Bleak Expectations by Mark Evans. Chapter the 6th. A life sadly smashed, then happily restored a bit.
Damn this beastly journalist. He is
Mr. Sourquill, sir.
exactly on time.
Indeed, sir. I apologize for my punctuality.
And so you should. Your lateness has, over the past weeks, given me much to rail and rant about, which I enjoy greatly. How am I to rail and rant if you're on time?
Is this not in itself a small rail or rant, sir?
I suppose it is. I am somewhat mollified.
I am eager to record the rest of your story, for which purpose I have devised a special new form of shorthand.
You are clever, Mr. Sourquill. How does it work?
Well, if you say a word...
Apple?
Oh, what an excellent word to choose. So, you have said apple, and therefore, to represent the letter A, I draw an apricot. To represent the P, a partridge. For the other P, a potato. And for the L and E, I draw an eel swimming backwards.
For once, just sit and listen.
Yes, sir. Let me just set up my special steam-powered chair, and...
And in that case, stand and listen.
Right. Well, that does spare me a scalded buttock, I suppose.
And so, to my story. My wife had died, and I was facing ruin. I, Pip Bin, had made my fortune by inventing the bin. Yet now, an American gentleman called Harlan J. Trashcan was claiming that I'd stolen the idea.
The court is in session in the case of Trashcan versus Bin.
The court was a dark, forbidding place. A statue of justice loomed overhead, blindfolded, and carrying in one hand a noose, and in the other hand another noose. And along the walls were row upon row of stuffed and mounted criminals' heads. And my dread increased at the arrival of the judge.
The court will rise.
He was a towering man, dressed in black robes, and with a wig fully 40 feet long. Each side of the wig ended in a live sheep. And owls nested in his higher parts. And when I heard his name, my dread became greater still.
The court is now in session. Judge Buford T. Hardthrasher presiding.
So, Bin versus Trashcan, eh? Are you Bin? Pip Bin?
Yes, Your Honour.
Nice to meet you at last. You're that chap who's killed all 4 of my brothers and my beloved sister.
I could not deny it. It was the truth.
Yes, sir.
How fortunate that I'm such an excellent and impartial judge and will in no way let that interfere with this case.
I'm glad to hear it, sir.
You're a dead man walking. Now, who represents Mr. Bin?
I had hired my father's lawyer, a man so distinguished that his name took fully 20 minutes to say. As he charged by the hour, many of his clients had faced financial ruin after just a formal introduction.
I do, sir.
And your name is?
It is Mr. Wickham, post Forberton, Fenugreek, Chasby.
My lawyer had barely started his name before the judge turned crimson with anger. His rage agitated the sheep and owls in his wig. The noise built, and finally he snapped.
Parry Chobbleton, Narrowboat Fondleham.
Enough! How long is this name of yours?
20 minutes, Your Honour. 40 if I choose to repeat it.
I will not have it. You are to be hanged.
But you can't do that.
Let me check the rule book. Yes, it's fine. Now, where's my noose?
I watched in horror as the judge placed the noose around my lawyer's neck and personally hanged him.
Excellent. Now I suggest an adjournment for lunch. Oh, and incidentally, Mr. Bin, for the duration of the case, I've arbitrarily decided that all your financial assets are frozen.
But how will I afford a new lawyer?
You won't. Case adjourned.
I had no choice. I would have to represent myself. In those days, a lawyer's training lasted 17 years, and I had just one lunchtime. I ran home and frantically began to study.
How to be a lawyer. Chapter 1, overcharging your clients. Chapter 2, care of your wig. Chapter 3, use of long word identifications. Oh, for goodness sake, keep the music down.
I'm sorry. The music ceased, but next I was disturbed by my best friend, Harry Biscuit.
Pip Bin, I have had a splendid idea.
Indeed?
Just in case you lose your case, which you won't, but you might, which would mean you lost all your money, which again you won't, but you might. I have come up with a scheme to make a large amount of money.
What scheme is this?
It is a vintage meat emporium.
A vintage meat emporium?
Yes. Vintage wines attract huge amounts of money. Why should the same not be true of meats?
Because meat rots.
Nonsense. It matures. And under this cloche is a steak that I've been maturing for 6 months. Ta-da!
All these flies.
A natural byproduct of the aging process, like sediment in wine. Now go on, have a taste.
No, Harry, this is the most ridiculous idea I have ever heard in my life.
Are those the words of a friend, Pip Bin?
But Harry...
No, they are the words of not a friend. And if so, then you are a friend to me no more. I go.
Harry, that is the airing cupboard.
I know. I meant to come in here. I'd rather talk to blankets than you.
Hello, blankets. How are you?
Harry,
Fine, I'll use the window. You were a friend to me, no more. Ow! I think I've broken my ankle. But you were still a friend to me, no more.
And so my best friend was gone, and I faced the case alone. The only ray of light in the gloom was that my evil guardian, Mr. Gently Benevolent, was not there to gloat at my downfall.
Now, over lunch, I made a decision. This verdict will no longer be decided by jury, but by me alone, in accordance with the noble British principles of guilty until proven dead. So let us begin. Mr. Bin, did you invent the bin?
I did.
Mr. Trash Can, did you actually invent it?
I did.
Most convincing. I find for Mr. Trash Can. The sentence is...
Wait! I wish to question him.
You're just delaying the inevitable impartial judgment, I mean.
As Mr. Trashcan entered the witness box, he stumbled, dislodging his wig and false beard, and I realized that he looked oddly familiar. I just couldn't quite put my finger on why.
Mr. Trashcan, you say you invented the bin.
I did.
Is it not the case that you are, in fact, lying?
Nope.
Damn. I was hoping you would say yes. Are you sure you're not lying?
I swear it. Well, my name is not Mr. Gently Benevolent, which it isn't.
Was Harlan J. Trashcan all he seemed to be? Was he slightly less or slightly more? The same, but with a different power-to-weight ratio.
Are you actually American?
Yes, y'all.
Then prove it. Name the states of America.
Well, this, Virginia, West Virginia, South Virginia, North Virginia, East Virginia, Northeast Virginia, Southeast Virginia, Mid Virginia, like a virgin here, the Virginia monologues, and Vermont.
Damn. Spot on.
My turn, Mr. Trashcan. Please describe why Bin is guilty as charged.
Can't get the accent. Harlan G. Trashcan. No. Harlan G. Trashcan invented the bin a whole month before this gosh damn varmint, which is American slang, by the way.
And do you have proof?
I do.
Well, case proved.
May we at least see this proof?
Of course, it is a newspaper. There is a story in it concerning my invention, and someone has circled it in ink and written beneath it, "Great idea, must steal, yours sincerely, Pip-Pin."
May I see it to confirm that?
Of course, Your Honor. Careful, the ink is still wet.
As he leaned towards the judge, I suddenly knew who he was. It was a combination of tiny, subtle factors. The voice of Mr. Benevolent, the clothes of Mr. Benevolent, the false beard and nose without which he looked just like Mr. Benevolent. He was Mr. Benevolent. Probably.
Mr. Benevolent!
Yes? I mean, where?
Your Honor, this is Mr. Benevolent in disguise. A great injustice is about to be done. He has brought this case to destroy me.
Nonsense. I know Mr. Benevolent, and he would never stoop to such a thing, would you, Benevolent?
No.
Anyway, judgment time. I find you guilty on all charges.
No!
Yes. Now, before I pass sentence, I want to emphasize that whatever I say has not been prejudiced by your killing my 4 brothers and my sister. I simply cannot stress that enough, all right? Good. I sentence you to be hanged by the neck until dead. Yes! Got him!
They shackled me hand and foot, elbow and ankle, knee and neck, then hurled me into a cell, locked the door, and threw away the key. before realizing that other prisoners had to go in there with me. And frantically searching for the key again. Where's that key? Oh, dear. They finally found it, unlocked the cell, and threw in another prisoner. One I knew very well indeed.
Oh, Harry. Harry Biscuit, is that you?
Pip? Pip Bin?
Yes. It is I, old friend.
You were a friend to me no more.
Harry, please, forgive me for whatever wrong I have done you.
No. All right, yes. You were a friend to me some more. Again, Pip Bin.
Tell me, Harry, why are you here?
Well, much as I hate to admit it, my vintage meat emporium was not a success.
Destroy the evil meat! Destroy the evil meat!
And then I thought, I want to be the best at something. So I decided to become the fastest man in the world.
And did you?
Alas, no. It turns out I'm terribly, terribly slow. But then I had another idea.
What?
I decided to become the fattest man in the world.
And how did that go?
Oh, pretty well. You may have noticed I put on a couple of pounds.
No, not at all. I mean, you're looking prosperous, ruddy. One might say, Rubenesque. All right, you're fat. Massively, massively fatty, fatty, fat, fat.
The truth was, I had noticed. Indeed, when I had first seen him, I had thought he was 3 people with just 1 head.
It turns out I'm really good at getting fat. I only have to look at a piece of cheese and I put on half a stone. But one day I thought, a goose. I need to eat a goose. So I went to a food lender.
Oh, Harry, you didn't.
I know, I shouldn't have, but I did, and he lent me a goose at 10% interest. Only it turned out he meant 10% per second. So, after half an hour, I owed him 14 billion geese, which is more than all the geese that have ever existed. So he sued me, and I was sentenced to be hanged, and here we all are.
And my pain was complete with a visitor one afternoon.
Mr. Benevolent, what are you doing here?
I brought you a letter which may be of interest.
It is from Pippa.
My dearest brother, over here in France, I heard of your misfortune. Consequently, I wrote to Mr. Trashcan to ask if there was a way he would drop the charges, and he asked for my hand in marriage. Doubtless, I will not enjoy the marriage. Every time his rough American hands touch my soft English bosom, I shall tremble. But if it is the cost of your freedom, so be it, dear brother. Your loving sister, Pippa.
But she cannot marry this trash can.
Indeed, she will not. She will marry me.
Yes, it's you. I forgot.
The wedding will take place at the Church of St. Viles tomorrow.
I will stop you.
I doubt it. The judge has moved your hanging forward to tomorrow. As your sister says, I do, you will be saying, I'm dead. And one more thing, it's always nice to die as a family, so I brought you a present.
The guards roughly shoved a pitiful figure into the cell.
For a summer picnic, there's nothing nicer than a lovely strawberry and cow's blood jam. Here's some I prepared earlier.
My poor, mad mother produced a jar and emptied it into my pocket.
Alas, Mother, still a bonkers nut job.
I tire of her insanity and have had her committed under the Maximus Madus Madiatus Mentalissimus Act. She's to be hanged with you.
No!
Goodbye, Pip-Bin. Good luck with being hanged.
It seemed the final victory was benevolence. What could I do to save any of us? The day of the hanging dawned, and all hope was gone.
Right, get them in line.
Any ideas, Harry Biscuit?
For once, I have no schemes, Pip-Bin.
Now, here's a little tip. If the mayonnaise starts to curdle, simply boil up a donkey in a bucket.
The line moved inexorably forward, and soon it was Harry's turn.
Ha! I love seeing a fatty hanged. It makes me hungry. In fact, bring me food while I watch. Goodbye, Pip-Bin.
Goodbye, Harry Biscuit.
Harry swung. The gallows strained under his enormous weight. And then my mother gave me an idea.
Next week, we'll be dealing with badger's milk, dog's yogurt, and cat cheese. So until then, cook well.
That's it. Cheese.
The judge had been brought a platter of cheese, and I remembered something Harry had said.
Harry, look at the cheese. The judge's cheese.
What?
Oh, delicious.
Harry hadn't lied. He saw the cheese and put on half a stone instantly. The extra weight overloaded the gallows.
I'm not dead! Hurrah! How dare you stop the hangings? Guards!
Breathe deeply, Harry, and strain.
Oh, right. Yes, I get it.
Harry strained, and finally it was enough. The buttons on his clothes popped off and ricocheted around the courtyard. Amazingly, he missed all the prisoners and any innocent bystanders, but the guards were felled by these skimming brass missiles. Until finally, only Judge Hardthrasher was left standing.
A nice trick, but I want to see hangings, and I will see hangings.
Don't worry, Pip. I'll save you.
Ah, what are you gonna do, naked fat boy? No! Wait! No!
He was hit straight on the head and died instantly.
But what was that?
That was a kidney. Don't worry, I've got loads. Well, 2. 1 now.
My thanks, Harry Biscuit.
This week, why sorbet is the new syllabub, and why gravy is the new gravel.
Now come, let us save Pippa.
But as we emerged into the narrow streets of the East End, we saw a platoon of soldiers rushing to block our way.
Prisoners! Get them!
We ran down an alleyway, but as we got to the other end, I noticed Harry was no longer with us.
Harry, what are you doing?
Saving you again, Pip Bin.
With that, Harry turned his enormous bulk sideways and blocked the alley.
But, Harry, you are allergic to soldiers.
I know. That's how brave I'm being. Now go and save Pippa and tell her I love her.
You love Pippa?
I do.
Then I shall tell her. Farewell, Harry Biscuit.
I grabbed my mother and we raced to the Church of St. Viles. But were we in time?
You are Harlan J. Trashcan?
Sort of.
And you are Pippa Swingtop Wheelie Bin?
I am.
Good. First, I must ask whether any persons here present have any lawful reason why these two should not be wed.
I have a reason. Pippa, look beyond the false beard, the false nose, the third arm, and the T-shirt saying, "I'm definitely not gently benevolent." He's really Mr. Gently Benevolent.
Oh, I nearly married him. Call it off. Call the wedding off.
Damn you, Pip Bin.
There is another reason why the wedding cannot go ahead. For no girl should marry without her father to walk her up the aisle.
Father?
Yes, it is I. Return to you and not dead after all.
What happened to you?
In a word, opium. In 3 words, lots of opium.
Mother.
Rub the chops in dung. It sounds odd, but trust me, it tastes delicious.
My father approached my mother, and as he looked into her eyes...
Then cook at gas mark 4 for 3 years. Oh, hello, Thomas. How lovely to see you. I've been pretending to be mad for the past 8 months.
You've been pretending.
Oh, well, who bloody raw. Everyone's happy, everyone's sane, and my evil scheme has gone up in smoke.
And what exactly was your evil scheme?
It was complicated. In some ways, possibly a little overcomplicated. And I think it's time to simplify things. En garde!
Reverend, I don't suppose you have any weaponry around here, do you?
Well, there's always the communion sword. It's under the dueling font.
Thank you.
Have at you, Bin!
Ah!
Mr. Benevolent scrambled past the altar and ended up trapped in a corner with a pile of prayer books. As I advanced on him, he picked one up and threw it at me, but I easily caught it on the point of my sword. He threw another, and another, and each time I caught it on my sword.
Aha. And now you are out of prayer books.
Yes, and you are out of sword.
What?
He was right. I'd caught so many books that my sword was more a word kebab than a weapon. There was absolutely no pointy, cutty, stabby bit left.
Ah.
And now, young Pip, you die.
Now it was his turn to advance on me. I moved backwards and tripped over a step.
Aha! You've tripped over my special step. 10 years ago, I had this church built and incorporated that very step for exactly this eventuality. That is how complicated my plan was. Now, prepare to die.
No! I will not let it happen!
Aunt Lily, but I thought...
I was dead? No, I was not dead. I was just pretending I was and doing it really, really well.
Enough conversation. Time to die, Pip-Bin.
Mine!
Aunt Lily, why?
I'd take a sword for you any day, Pip. Mind you, if I'd known it was going to hurt this much, I might not have actually done it. Bugger!
You fiend! I shall kill you for that!
You cannot win, Pip-Bin. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
How does that work exactly?
Just thought it sounded good.
Let's put it to the test, shall we? Look, flying above the altar, a penguin.
A penguin? Flying? But they're supposed to be flightless. Such an ornithological curiosity I have to see, even if it does leave me perilously off guard for a second.
Take that!
Oh, a sword in the guts. Oh, ruddy flipping Nora.
Hurrah!
Oh, look! It's your funny fat friend.
Harry, you are alive and still naked. But how did you escape the redcoats?
It's a long story, and conveniently one for another time. But there is something I must do. Pippa Bin,
Harry Biscuit.
will you marry me?
Of course.
Hurrah again!
Anti-hurrah if I have anything to do with it.
Benevolent lived, and from somewhere he produced a small flintlock pistol.
Goodbye, Pip-Bin.
The bullet struck me, and a crimson stain blossomed through my jacket.
Quick, undo his jacket. Hang on, this isn't blood. This is strawberry and cow's blood jam.
Of course! Mother poured a jar in there when she came to the prison, and it has stopped the bullet. Thank you, dear Mother.
And Benevolent is finally dead.
Are we sure?
Well, I'm sitting on him and I weigh 47 stone. And I'm naked, remember, so the embarrassment alone would have been fatal.
And now a wedding.
Hurrah yet again!
And that is where my story ends.
So, you killed Mr. Gently Benevolent?
Of course, and I am proud of it.
Then, sir, I have no option but to challenge you to a duel to avenge his honour.
Oh, absurd, he had no honour.
Maybe not, but sometimes a grandson must seek vengeance.
A grandson? I should have known. You look so similar.
En garde!
You draw a sword on me?
I do.
Then that is to your disadvantage, for when talking to the press, I always take the precaution of having my blunderbuss with me.
Father, Mr. Sourquill, stop!
Have at you, you scoundrel!
You've missed me, Sir Philipin. Which means the man with the sword is very much with the advantage.
Mr. Sourquill, Jeremy, please.
I must, for my grandfather, even if he was a bit evil.
How does killing my father rectify anything? If you do so, you only deprive yourself of a father-in-law.
He is not my father-in-law. Oh, unless... Do you mean...
Jeremy Sourquill, will you marry me?
Oh,
Curse the emancipation of women.
yes, I would like that very much.
Then let my father go.
Oh, very well. I discard my sword. Sorry.
We have your blessing.
No, but you may marry him.
Thank you, Father.
After all, he may be a journalist, but He's going to be the most famous journalist in Britain.
How so, sir?
I have many more stories before my life is truly told. How I invented the Scotch egg, how I discovered the continent of West America, and above all, how I single-handedly destroyed the Martian invasion of 1845. But for now, enough murder and woe, enough lives cut short, enough backstabbing, front-stabbing, and side-stabbing. For tomorrow will be a happier day, a more noble one. And now, all our expectations are far from bleak.
Bleak Expectations was written by Mark Evans and starred Richard Johnson as Sir Philip Bin, Tom Allen as young Pip, Anthony Head as Mr Benevolent, Celia Imrie as Aunt Lily, Geoffrey Whitehead as Judge Hardthrasher, Susie Kane as Pippa, Mark Perry as Thomas Bin, Sarah Hadland as Lily, James Barkman as Harry Biscuit, and Mark Evans as Mr Wickham, Post Fulberton, Fenugreek, Chasby, Twisleton, Montmorency, the lawyer. It was produced by Gareth Edwards.